Hello and welcome to Garblag Games. Tonight we have episode 3 of the Red Hand of Doom. I am Pete and I am the Game Master.
Bum, 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 bum. There's a neat theme music, Pete. Hello, I'm Aldoon and I will be playing his fix, the lovable gnome, the dark delver, intrepid bon viveur and lover of all things delectable and tasty.
Evening all, I am Dan and I am playing Geron the Minotaur. He is an oathsworn, he hits things, he shouts at things, and generally is just very happy.
Hello, I'm Lewis and I'm playing Donder Darkbeard, the Dwarven Wildwalker, who, just likes to bring the verdance to every battle.
Can you just say that name again, sorry?
Donder Darkbeard.
Okay, Donder Darkbeard the Dwarf.
Yes.
Great.
How you never picked that up before?
Hi, I'm Rob. I'm playing the posh hobgoblin rune wielder called Chthog, who likes making heads explode.
Hello, I'm Wojtek. I'm playing Obbol, the Dwarven Lightbearer, also known as the Annoying One.
Also known as Obblyball.
No,
he's not. Sorry. No, he's not. Okay.
But kind of annoying is up for debate.
Excellent. Before we go into our recap, I'd just like to say happy Thanksgiving to all of our American friends out there, members of the cast and our viewers as well. I hope you enjoy some turkey. And also, please don't forget to go and check out all our social media. There are links somewhere around here where you're watching this, whether it's on Twitch or on YouTube. Then please subscribe or follow or like or comment or something somewhere around. There's some stuff to do. Go and do that. That'll be cool. Thank you very much. Also, join us on our Discord, which is lots of fun. And we are so close to 700 people on the Discord, talking about all kinds of crap. And the GIF war rages ever on.
GIF war never ends.
The GIF war never changes. Cool. So, over to Dan for our recap.
Good evening all, I'm Dan and I'm giving the recap because I turned up last, so apparently that's now a rule. So last week on the Red Hand of Doom we had some downtime where we all did some things, and that was cool. We got to see a part of the game that, where you get to get basically new abilities and new cool rules for your character if you do some cool stuff. And then we sort of agreed that we would go out into the wilds and do some things and help this village because there's allegedly an army hiding out there somewhere. But as we were preparing to leave, there was a cry of, oh God, something's happening, and apparently some farmsteads were getting attacked on the other side of the river. So like the heroics we are, we ran across the river. Or sailed across the river in a very large boat because Geron's massive.
It was a slow punt, I think.
Yes, it was heroic up to the point we got on this little punting boat and had to punt across the water. We arrived at a little farmstead with a little cottage, and it was about to be burnt down. And we charged in, did some stuff, killed some things. It got a bit tense. There was some guy who kept disappearing and reappearing, but we won, I think we won.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm seeing nods of approval. We definitely won. And we actually managed to capture someone. And I believe we managed to stop it from being burnt down. And that is where we are right now, discussing what we're going to do with our new prisoner.
Yes. However, someone has come running along the road because unfortunately Alden couldn't be here last time, a couple of weeks ago.
Mushrooms.
And as Dan said, you all did some downtime, right? And we've also now had some people complete some deeds. So I thought it'd be good to, starting with Aldoon, to just talk about what his fix was doing in Doric's Ferry. And then we can go around and anyone who's completed a deed or did anything interesting with downtime can just recap that. We can go around everyone. And then we can go into your horrible torture of your prisoner. I mean, questioning of the null. So Aldoon, we've had a bit of a chat on the Discord. What's his fix been up to? And we had a little minor retcon, right?
Yes, a little bit. Well, yes. So his fix in the downtime. So his fix has a map of the Tower of Thingamabob. Volmat's.
Volmat's Keep.
Volmat's Keep.
Yes.
And the suggestion that there is some interesting, delightful treasures that need to be rescued and put back into circulation, because treasures belong to be in the public realm, not in a museum, no, but somewhere with a merchant who has exchanged a large amount of character twist for me there. So he has been consulting the map, which is one of the options when it comes to downtime. And his fix will... So in the last episode, the party talked to the town speaker.
Yes.
And some mention of the town speaker themselves had a decent map, so his fix will be consulting that and any records that they may have. And he will be circumspectly matching that against the map that he has, because he doesn't necessarily want people to know that he has this treasure map.
Mm-hmm.
And he will also be asking about, there was a rival adventure, well, rival as far as his fix is concerned, adventuring party was mentioned, so his fix plans to tour the local inns and taverns where adventurers like to hang out and try and find out a bit more about these adventurers and what they were wearing and what sort of equipment they have and if they had any distinguishing features that might survive contact with, I don't know, bandits.
Sure. So, with your consulting of the maps, you think you can now fully verify the Volmat's Keep location and one of the very few places that you can cross the intervening river, a place called Blackwater Causeway, which is denoted on the map by... Oh, hang on, I'm on the wrong screen for our viewers. Denoted on the map by this bridge here. I will bring you all over to the Wildwood map. Here we go. Can you see that? I'm going to unpause this.
Right.
Yes, there. So Blackwater Causeway. However, you've noticed that this coincides with another symbol on your map, which seems to be sort of like a snake head. And that looks like the map you have is of, like, apparently some treasure hunters, other dark delvers, who've been out this way and returned unsuccessfully, right, to where you came from, back in Pargranin. Yep. And you've had some annotation, but this has come to you third party from a friend of a mate who works with a guy who stabbed that bloke in the back to get the map, kind of thing.
We know how that all works out.
Yeah. So you're not sure what that means, but you've also found out that that's the best place to cross the river. It's quite treacherous, swampy. You're likely to get lost or stuck or drowned. And the Blackwater Causeway, there's actually a structure. It's not just a single bridge. There's like a wooden structure that goes through a swamp area that guides people across safely.
It's a don't stray from the path scenario.
It's a part of the Dawn Way, which is the orange road that goes up.
There's no other snake head icons on this map.
There are over on the very onward edge. Over there.
That's interesting. All right. Well, we'll find out when we get there, I guess.
And the adventuring party, there's not a lot that you get. They pass through very quickly. It seemed that they didn't spend as much time in the town as your party have. From what you can gather, you think they were a team of dark delvers and oathsworn who went out there. There wasn't any talk of rune wielders or any real magic of any kind. Nor the strangeness of Donda with the scales or horns or anything like that. So no Wild Walker influence. There seemed to be a fairly old school dungeon delving crew. Yep. Yeah, who were a bit gruff, all stubble, one guy with a scar over his eye, you know, that kind of thing. They didn't really talk much. They bought food, rope, 10-foot poles, some grappling hooks, all that stuff, torches, and set off, and did not return.
Dun, 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 dun. Right. Well, I think that nicely segues into the shopping, where we'll go and buy all of that, and hopefully, to much to the amazement of the simple townsfolk, will fit a 10-foot pole into his little bag, his little satchel that sits upon his hip.
Yes. Startled eyes.
And a 50-foot rope. Biscuit will waddle over to the sausage cart and buy as many feet of sausage as he can.
How much money are you actually going to throw down on? I assume you're looking for like the longest lasting sausage you can get your hands on.
Probably cured, dried.
Yeah.
But links of it.
Links of it. Okay. Let's have a street roll.
Ooh, hello. First roll of the evening.
Yeah.
What am I rolling?
Street.
Wow, street is a thing, isn't it?
Yeah. Urban campaigns where you're having to talk to people, find resources.
Oh, hello. That's the old one. Where is the new one? Oh. Roll it out. That doesn't look terrible.
One success. Okay. So you find a 10-foot string of sausages.
Hey. That'll do for lunch.
They're quite tough, to be honest, but when you give them a good deep sniff, there's a strong spice. It's a strong spice like salami that you think, oh yeah, this would be. You could chew on this for weeks.
All right then.
And that will cost you 2 silver pieces.
Fair enough. I will just poke Cuthog and go, you get the monies. Come on.
Okay, yes, we're now down to 86 because we bought some sausages. Yes.
Thank you kindly. Much obliged.
Cool.
Is there a tasting table?
Looks at you very confused. Once you pay for it, you can sit at that table and taste it.
Oh, well, it's not really what I meant. Anyway, I'm going to go and explore your cheeses now.
Cool. So his fix has had some good downtime stuff. Dan, what did Geron get up to again?
Geron helped build some town defenses
Yes.
by the river, and then generally merriment with the common folk in
That's
the
true.
cheap tavern.
And have you completed any deeds?
I have indeed. I completed Sterner Stuff,
Ugh.
which is an oath-sworn ability, and that is kill 4 things. Defeat 4 opponents in melee, which that's what Geron does, and it gives me 2 additional wounds, which takes me up to 12 wounds.
Nice.
Which, given how close I've been to death on multiple occasions now, might be handy.
You haven't been close to death.
It is your job to stand in front of the sharp things, right?
Yes.
And you seem to run at them, so that'll probably come in handy.
I mean, he's not known for his intelligence.
Boy, his fix is usually on top of Geron's.
Steering the horns. Yeah, cool. Okay, Lewis, what were you doing? You were getting all natural, weren't you? You were.
Yeah, Donda took out. Didn't take out. That would have been bad. But took the most able-seeming of the new guard trainees out into the wild.
That's it.
To teach them how to scout and how to survive, so that they hopefully don't get caught unawares by a giant army crossing the river somewhere further up.
What do you mean? I don't know what you're talking about.
This is not a thing that could happen.
Yeah.
And in between that, he went back to the tavern, drank a quick mug of beer, and then went back into the wilds.
Cool. Okay, that's cool. And have you completed any deeds?
Not yet.
Okay. Well, there's still time. You're not dead yet. Cool. Okay, Rob, what was Chothog? You were chatting with the wizard, weren't you?
Yeah, I sort of hijacked the ferry and took it to this little island in the middle of the river and was trying to get attention from the wizard in the tower whilst trying to make sure I knew what to do with my barrier spells. And that got me a little bit better at something or other. I have completed the deed Arcane Understanding, which is casting 4 spells, not from a scroll, and that has allowed me to add 1 spell, which I've chosen Mage Shield, which is a ward of the warding school, to my repertoire, which will make me slightly less easy to damage, seeing as I'm made out of cobwebs.
And that allows you, depending on the number of actions you use, to increase your protection, basically, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
So until your next turn. So if you spend 3 actions, you get 3 protection.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is pretty handy. In a pinch, right?
In a pinch.
Cool. And Wojtek, how's Oddball doing? There was some very precise palisade construction, wasn't there?
Oh, he's on mute.
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 He's got to do the recap next week.
Yep.
Yes, I will. That's fine. What Obel was doing, he was making a nuisance of himself with the workers building the palisade.
Yep.
But at the same time, he was actually helping them using the blessings of Alfred.
He was.
Who is a god of precision. So he's well on his way to universal stardom with these folk.
And you also had a bit of a chat with the local priest.
Yeah, who seems to be suffering from visions, and he claims that the folk from up north, which would be Spineward, they went through another cycle and a new leader has emerged. So, and he is, by all accounts, a very, very extremely evil dude. Like, just recounting and reliving the vision, the priest actually vomited and got sick.
He did, didn't he?
Yes.
Yeah, which isn't fun for anyone.
No.
Cool. Okay.
I can't remember. Did we go speak to the weirdo at the Standing Stones?
No.
Yeah.
No, you heard a bit about him.
They're kind of on the one, aren't they? Are we talking about the ranger that's out in the woods?
No.
There was a druid
No,
at the
Avarthel.
Yeah.
He lives on the other side of the wall.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember if we went and spoke to him or if we just talked.
No.
You didn't. No.
No.
You just heard that he likes to
comes
look
in a lot of
after the
danger.
menhirs, right? And you were like, okay, well, we're going to get on the boat. And then someone went, someone's trying to burn down some farms.
That's right.
And Garon was like, it's got on time. So we go to our little farmstead. And for our former players, I'll just return to the farmstead screen and just remind our viewers of this lovely little farmstead. Don't worry about placement of your tokens, right? Because we're not in tactical combat anymore. There's only the sheep remaining as an opponent, so it'd be pretty quick.
Gnome running up.
Yeah. And his fix, you're catching up to them, right? As you're trying to stuff the sausages back into the interlayer container. You catch up to them and you see that they have got gathered between them a large figure, like a hyena-headed humanoid that is wearing armor, but is I assume being bound.
I got some rope. Hello. What did I miss?
Hello.
We're all covered in red.
Yeah, there are some arsonists here, just showing like all the other failed raiding party.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Their heads were quite prone to explosion.
Oh, well, that would explain all of the red.
Red.
Yes, apologies.
Garon's fairly covered in it because they kept exploding in front of Garon. He's like, "He's fixed, little buddy. They just exploded as I looked at them. I'm so fearful."
It's the look in your eyes. It's
That's
when you
right.
get that look.
They were so scared of me, they blew up their own heads. It was amazing.
Well, it's either that or it's the axe, isn't it? So it's understandable.
The creature's unconscious, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I bonked it on the head with a mace.
So still just like on the floor. And there are baskets of pitch and torches sort of lying on the ground near the farmstead itself. And there doesn't seem to be anyone around that you can see.
I go knock on the farmstead and see if there's anyone home.
There was some screaming from inside, if I remember correctly.
Maybe Geralt can come with me then.
You hear a... Leave us alone! Don't kill us! Take all the food you want. Take anything. Just please don't burn the place, please.
Hello, we're not here to kill you, although the food is tempting.
What? It's like a window shutter at the top on the first floor opens, and a head pokes out. There's a chap who looks absolutely terrified. Very pale face, all the blood's gone out of his face, and he's just like, and he looks down and sees all the like blood all over the floor and gnolls with exploded heads, just their headless corpses on the floor, and he's just like, oh, and he vomits into the corner of his room. Oh, what's going on? What's going on? Well, who are you? Please don't kill us! Don't kill us!
Again, not going to kill anybody. Well, anybody else. We're not here to kill you. We were sent, or at least alerted by the town, that there was some trouble out here, and my bold companions, not I was busy with some other business, have dealt with the threat, and now we will obviously clear up your yard, and we merely wish to make sure that you are safe. And you also mentioned food.
What you've killed them? He starts to like. At first, he just saw like blood and big people with weapons and stuff, and was like, ah. And now he's kind of looking around. He's kind of like piecing it together. Yeah, Geron's just a minotaur slick with blood, just standing there with a two-handed axe, like, this was great fun. And he's like, oh, but he's like, thank you so much. Well, of course we have lots of grain and bread and food stuffs that we trade into town at the market on the green.
And ale.
Is your range built up? Is it nice and hot? Because I did find some delicious mushrooms, and I think that these heroes here deserve some sort of love.
He sort of disappears from the window, and you hear like clattering as he's like running down the stairs inside the building, and he comes to the door and it opens, and he and a woman are standing there, and they're both looking like terrified still, but with kind of like weirdly smiles on their faces as they try. Please come in. This has been horrendous. We sent our children into the it points out back out into the fields to run away to town to get help for us. They must have got there. You see he's got he's got some weapons, some crappy like a sickle, and like a pitchfork type thing. It's like, we've been trying to look after this place, but
good that you're making an effort. Well, yes, I believe your children must have made it town safe because we were alerted. Might I ask if there is a wash house or just even like a
It takes you into kind of large kitchen, and to one side there is like a barrel of water. It's like
people, so I don't want to bring.
Do that outside. Yeah, do that outside. Go around the back in the yard. There's a barrel. It's a rain barrel. That should suffice.
Fine. That's lovely. And Hisvix is going to pull a mop out of the bag. Come on, Geron.
Is that one of your uses of the
Fix, is that the cleaning mop again? Am I covered?
Yes.
I cannot see.
Off again. Come on. We'll get you cleaned up, and then we can have some lunch.
This is one of those decontamination scenes in a dystopian sci-fi movie, isn't it? Where they're just like,
The medieval version of it. Yes.
Everyone enjoys it.
yeah.
His Fix will also pass over a basket of mushrooms to these poor. If you could get those like with some butter or something, that would be lovely.
Does his Fix have any knowledge of mushrooms? Or has he just picked some mushrooms?
Thunder.
Probably tasty, and he's probably eaten a couple already, given it's his Fix.
Okay.
How's your
Do you want
liver?
me to check those?
Oh, yeah.
You can go into the house and check the mushrooms if you like. I'm going to go mop.
I need to wash my beard. It's covered in blood.
Well, anyone else who wants mopping?
Anyone who wants mopping, go around the back. The others will go into the farmhouse kitchen.
Oddball definitely is gonna clean himself up because
Okay.
that's how he is.
Shall I stay
When
with
it comes
the
around the back to be cleaned, we will hear like a cow version of yodeling.
No, we definitely should take turns looking at
Hosing down Garon.
The show's taking a minute.
Yeah. What is going on?
That could be the entire session. Really. Just all-
Yeah.
Someone else make a cleaning.
Slow-mo hosing of the big muscly Minotaur. Anyway, so you all get cleaned round the back of the farmhouse, and Chothog is having a nice cup of tea with the farmer and some food, and then they usher you all in to their kitchen, where they've got a long table, big wooden table. It's a bit there's a slightly run down edge to everything, where clearly as lots of farm folk do, they have to repair lots of things themselves, look after their own property, but things look like they might be slightly falling apart. You've noticed a few holes in the roof when you're out in the yard. You can kind of see those up there. A couple of the slats of the fence are like nearly disintegrated. It's just it's looking a little bit run down, this farm. Oh, thank you so much.
Can I use my craft and training while they're doing all this, and I'll be outside doing some repairs?
Sure. How long do you want to hang around at the farm?
I mean, however long they're going to take to eat food and talk to people. Garon doesn't do that.
Okay,
He's just like,
cool.
So he's just going to like
Let's make a craft roll.
make a craft roll. Huzzah!
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're out the back, banging on things, doing stuff. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, he's got some decent blacksmith.
Yeah.
skills,
No,
so-
I know. So you're out the back. The rest of you have gone inside. And the
And where's the knoll?
well, you've tied him up. Where have you got him?
Yeah, well, I
Is he in the yard so Garon can keep an eye on him?
I think we
that'd
forced
be
him
best.
to watch the washing of Garon as part of the torture, just as a warm up.
No! You look!
Actually, what don't
The mop.
dogs like?
Guys.
Say, if we could dispense with the torture and just threaten to bloody wash him.
That's cats.
Well, he was still unconscious, right? So
Nye has taught us this.
unless you shake him, awake, he's just gonna like sleep for a while because you knocked him on the head.
We wake him up.
I know. I just send him back if we cannot. I think he's gonna be well taken care of. I think.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
Taken care of.
Actually, when the dust settles emotionally, Obel is gonna turn to the pair and say, "Look, I hate to break it to you, but us being here was pure chance, and I'm not gonna tell you obviously what to do, but it very well may be the last chance to like pack all your belongings and just move into the
The
town
woman
for a
turns.
while.
The woman turns to the guy and says, "I told you." And she looks back at you and says, "My brother is a stubborn idiot, and I've been trying to get him to leave his farm for a long time. We just got stuck here together with this attack. Like, look, we should get out of here. This place is falling apart anyway." And he sort of looks really embarrassed, and he's like, "Look, thank you for saving us. I can't repay you. He's just completely like stammering all over the place." And she says, "Look, what are you doing then? So what, are you heading out along the Dawn Way?"
Yes.
She kind of remembers that you've got a Minotaur outside, and it's like, okay, well, I suppose you've got as good a chance as any of them.
Is there any advice you could give us if we're heading out that way?
Like, don't.
Well, apart from that,
Would you know where this trapper in the wood lives? Like more specifically, we have like general.
Jaw.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Oh, you follow the Dawn Way up to Blackwater, up there.
crossing, yeah.
Yeah, before you get there, there's a trail. Onward. On the right.
Right. Are there any distinguishing features? Something that
It's
marks
fairly
that?
clear and open. It's like a trail that he uses all the time. He's got dogs. Right? So, like, don't try and sneak up on his cabin or anything. You're not out here to, like, mess with him, right?
No.
He's a grumpy sod, but he's an all right guy. The few times he's stopped by here, he's been okay, and we've done a little bit of simple trading. He's given us some information. Occasionally he tells us when there's some bad weather coming in off the hills and all that kind of stuff. So, he knows the land, and he's a good guy. He's just lives on his own.
Well, at least we won't take the wrong turn then.
Yeah, I'm sorry, we didn't ask your names. Maybe because I did while he was taking tea, but we were.
God, no, I forgot that. Sorry. Awful.
I'm Janeth, and this is Bryce.
Hello, Janeth. Hello, Bryce.
Hello.
Are you going to be making your way into town now? Could we?
She looks at him like, and he's like, "Ugh. Look, we've got some things. Like, this is my home. It's all my things here. Like, what am I supposed to do? Like, load them up in a wagon and just take them to town?"
Well, talking of wagon, just side huddle with the heroes here. The hyena chap. Once we finish chatting with him, are we gonna, whoop, whoop, or are we gonna want him to be taken into town, which maybe these folk could do?
I would hog tie him like a
Absolutely.
a present.
Totally, yeah, made safe, but that would then give them a reason to go into town.
Yeah, and bloody gag him because he will bite otherwise.
Okay, all right, all those bits. Yes, I've got. But is that what we would do, or are we?
Yeah.
It would save us the trip, wouldn't it? If we had just sort of popped him back.
And it would give these two a good reason to go into town.
Yeah, let the whole thing sink in as he rides with them on the cart.
Just saying,
No, that's a good idea.
Right, out of side huddle. Hello, Janeth.
Okay. Yep.
You didn't hear any of that, did you? Because that would be rude.
No, she's been rooting around in the cupboards looking for stuff. Sorry, what?
Oh, what have you got in the cupboard?
My stuff.
Oh, okay. Not food. Right, fine. Not interested. We were.
She's starting to look at you like, okay, you're nice to kill those other people, but you seem to want all our stuff as well.
No.
Lovely. Just
She's not saying that out loud. She's just looking at you a bit skeptically.
that black bread, that was nice. The mushrooms I brought, they were also nice.
Yeah, no, they were very nice. Yeah.
So my hero compatriots are going to have a little bit of a word with yon Heiner chap, just about where they came from.
Can you do it outside?
Oh, absolutely.
I don't want blood all over the floor.
Oh, no. There won't be any blood. Just talking, mostly.
Okay.
And then we would be particularly, we'd be particularly pleased, and it would be particularly important if you could then take that prisoner into town and deliver them to the town speaker. That would be a very important job, which would obviously be well rewarded.
Very heroic.
And heroic.
Rewarded, you say?
Oh, absolutely. I'm sure the town speaker would reward you. Absolutely, yes.
Right. Okay.
Bringing vital intelligence to the town could save many lives.
As long as it's in no position to hurt us.
No, we're gonna work.
She leans in close to you and says, "It might give me an excuse to get my brother into town."
Oh, there's an idea.
Yeah.
Wink.
Yeah. Obel turns to Bryce. Look, you have kids here. Just get the perspective. You have kids here, and
No,
they're alive.
Well, they're in town.
Yeah, right now they're in town, but they were here with you, and they couldn't. There are like equal chances that they just wouldn't get away.
We have few options, right? We had few options. We're not proud of it, but what else could we do?
Well, live, because if you live, you can rebuild.
Yeah,
And
no,
this is gonna blow over.
Janeth's like, I agree with you guys. I think we should leave. And she looks at Bryce, and Bryce is like, fine. Okay, I'll give up the family farm and everything we've worked for 20 years.
You're not giving up. You are performing a vital service.
That's fine. We'll take your prisoner back. Just beat the crap out of him and tie him up, please. I don't want to get bitten by a gnoll on the way to town.
Both of those things are gonna happen.
Isn't that how you don't you turn into a gnoll if they bite you? Isn't that what happens?
Oh wow! I'll look at the druid.
That's confirmed science as far as I'm aware.
Is that how that works?
I believe so. Yes, all the books say so. Some of them,
Shit.
at least one
Well,
anyway.
pull his teeth out then. I don't want to get bitten by that thing. Okay, look, we'll do that for you. Okay. How much is the town speaker going to reward us? So what was your name? What's the name?
Hello.
His fix. Okay, you see a kind of... Look, we'll take him. We've got a cart. We'll tie him up. You stick him on there. We'll stick a few bags of oats on him. He won't move anywhere, right? And we'll just take him to town. It's not far up the road. I mean, you just ran here, she says, looking you up and down. So...
More like a waddle, but yes.
Okay. May I scribble a little note for them just to hand to the town speaker and just say,
sure.
On behalf of us, we recognise the great sacrifice these people are making, blah, 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 cross the T's, dot the I's, give them some little bit of money and make them feel good.
If we could suggest that they warn all the other farms, like the guard station on this side of the river, just let them know what happened.
We'll tell everyone.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, look, what we'll do then is we'll gather up some of our things, she says, elbowing him, roughly. You go and talk to him then, and we'll be ready in, half an hour? And she walks off.
Thank you. Do you have a shovel?
There's loads of stuff in the yard. There's a little shed.
I'll find your shovel. While these lot are talking to young hyena chap, I'll be clearing up the rest of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
As much as I can find, anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you come out into the yard, and Garon has repaired several gaps in the wooden fence around the area, and he's currently on the roof replacing some of the slates that have fallen down with a big mallet that he's found in the shed, and he's kind of putting tiles back on the roof. And the gnoll is lying just in the middle of the yard, not within nibble reach of any implements or sharp objects or anything like that. You just dumped him in a bare patch of earth, and he's just lying there, seemingly unconscious.
Chotan, this head exploding thing of yours, can you scale it down?
What, to make her head slightly explode? I don't think that's feasible.
No, just give him a bloody headache.
Oh
I
god, no.
suppose it's not that messy.
No, I just thought we'd have a chat.
Yeah.
I'm not really sort of.
I would still consider giving him a freaking bath and see how he reacts.
I'm not really fussed with the whole thing. I'm not really a fan of talking to dogs, so.
Same here.
I don't even speak that, whatever that is. I don't speak it.
Yeah. Okay, if he doesn't speak our language, we're just gonna cart him out. Somebody will.
I can hear you.
Oh, he speaks that.
Oh, blessings. Yes, that's fine.
He speaks common.
Okay, good. Where did you come from?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Yes, if I didn't like to know, I wouldn't be bloody asking you, now would I?
Does it matter where I came from?
Do you want to know where you're going?
Same place you're going. Where we all go.
Well,
Existentialist. That's all.
Pits of Zadimir, mate. That's where I'm going. I've got no fucking misconceptions there.
Hey. A good round,
Kind of shift slightly so he can like turn around and look at you. Ever so slightly. He's still at an awkward angle because you've kind of just dumped him on the floor. He's kind of... Someone's good at knots.
Good at knots. Who was good at knots? Who was that? You can take the plaudits for that. Oh, well done.
I assume you just like massively tied it. I'm not going to do that thing. It's like, oh, you did a loose knot. It's like, no, he was unconscious, and you're a anally
like
retentive dwarven. Yeah.
Okay, if you're so happy with your road, was it worth it? Really?
Well,
I know that
not this
have
time.
some sort of big cheese knocking around in the woods, being all high and mighty and bloody inspirational. That much we know.
Oh, Wormlord Cough. Oh, you're talking about? No, you're talking about the big guy, aren't you?
Yes.
That's so cool. He kind of whispers his name. There's a hint of fear as he says it. He's coming for all of you.
Oh yes, we know.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
There's a massive thud as Geron comes off the roof. Oh, the interrogation has started. Excellent. Let me get my axe.
He seems to be bereft of any reason. Just wherever he got told, just believes.
I've seen it. I don't have to believe. We are the tip of the spear.
Okay.
A very rusty tip. You're terrible. You fell like wheat.
Makes the wound fester.
Chofog, what is that brain thing you do when you make them fight each other?
Oh, that's like a spell. It's quite clever, isn't it? It's rather nifty.
Yes. Can you make him like us and talk to us?
Oh no, it's not foe to friend. It's friend to foe.
Oh, that is unfortunate.
That's a nice idea, though. I might sort of look into that. But yes, not for now.
I guess I'll just have to punch him into submission then.
Oh, well, you're going to kill me anyway, right?
No, I'm going to make it hurt.
Yeah, the father did request that he be punched a lot, if it's a he, isn't it?
Yes. Look, I'm just gonna ask you a question. If you're so bloody sure that all we're gonna meet is our demise, perhaps speed us on our way. Where's your buddies?
The Wormlord Koth and his gang. They're in that castle. They're waiting for you. We've been checking out everywhere. We've been looking for all the ways through the woods, all the ways across the river. We've found them. We've just about found them all. We came across the Blackwater. It's fucking dangerous, that. If you're going that way, watch out. Oh,
Yes, all the snakies and shit.
Something to do with
Yeah.
snakes.
you might say that. Yeah. Yeah, we got through there as quick as we could. But they won't have a problem. The rest of them, they won't have a problem when they come. Oh, it's not long now. It's not long now.
Right,
It's coming. The hand is coming.
You said castle.
Yeah.
Which castle are we talking about
The one
here?
with the ghost in it. The one with the ghosts.
Right. Is that like up the path and then a little bit spineward?
Where else do you put a castle?
Well, there's all kinds of places you can put a castle. What are you talking about?
Well,
Have you not got out much? I think you mostly spent time in the forest, haven't you? There's all kinds of places you can put a castle.
I'm not here to debate defensive placements with you.
Well, I mean, clearly you were. You had very strong opinions about where to put a castle just a moment ago.
There's one up there. He's like nodding his head.
Okay.
Is this one with you? He says to the rest of you.
Yes.
All right.
Answer the questions.
Come on in. Who's going to do it?
What, punch you? The big Minotaur chap. He's going to
That's
punch
not
you.
going to be me, is it? It's going to hurt my fist.
We could let Doodly Wizard have a go.
Were you not tough enough to join Azarkul's army?
I think it's talking to you, girl.
No, he's talking to you, Chothog.
Oh, bloody hell. God, no, I know. No. That's not my style at all. I don't want to go wherever that is.
He looks over at Donda and he's like, one of them. Watch out. They mouldy. You get mould off him.
As I look at him, my lizardy eyes and scales fade away a bit, and a big horn sprouts from under my hood.
Oh, he's a unicorn!
By which I mean I'm swapping out.
Yeah.
scales for horn.
The horn. Yeah, that's cool. So you got Rhino.
Yeah.
Cool.
I mean, if we need to jab him a bit.
Unicorn.
Yeah.
Tell me,
There
weird
is-
creature, is your army coming across the Blackwater like you did?
Well, they're coming. They're coming
It seems you are
over the
misinformed.
gorge. They're coming soon. Once they're all together. He's got to get them all to stop fighting each other first. Once they're all together, then they're coming.
That is why your kind always fail.
There's too many. There's too many, my friend. What's this town? He nods the other way. There's a town over this way. What's this town? 100 people? 1,000 people? Doesn't matter. It's going to get swept aside.
Yes. You know what kills most of those huge, big honking armies?
Listen,
Do you know?
I know this.
Yes, exactly. You're gonna die of bloody shits. I'm done.
Thunder will lean closer with his mouldy fingers.
To get back. All right then. He looks at them. He looks at Geron. Do your stuff, mate.
Would you please?
You're almost taking the fun out of it now. Ugh. Yeah.
Guy, but do rough him up.
Yeah, gag him, bound him, and get him on a cart.
Okay.
Smack, 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 smack. I'm assuming you're not going to make me roll to smack
No,
someone
no.
who's
no,
laying
no.
down and bound.
Not at all. Not at all. In fact, I'd only make you roll to see if you didn't accidentally kill him. But I'm assuming you're going to have restrain. You are an
Yeah, of
Oathsworn. You're not.
He's
You're not a
he's
battle
he's not-
rager.
Yeah, he's not a battle rager. So, but one of the reasons Geron continues to question about the bridge, in particular,
Mhm.
because I'm trying. Basically, Geron's trying to determine if the main part of the army is going to use the Blackwater crossing to get across.
Oh, they'll just come. There's so many of them, it won't matter. They just come across. They'll just wade or swim across there. It's so shallow. It's the gorge.
Yeah, you mentioned it, so that's the Skull Gap. Is that what the gorge is? Is that what you're talking about?
That's to the north, like
Like further, whatever the word is for north. Sorry, babe.
That's fine. Yeah, don't worry.
So they've got to come across that, and then you talked about some joining up, and then they're going to just saunter across the Blackwater Causeway, apparently, despite all the
Yeah.
whatever it was.
Well, when there's 20,000 strong,
Oh, that's a lot.
it won't matter.
What are you all going to eat?
They're all coming. They're gonna eat you.
Well, I mean, I am large.
And there's a lot of you to go around.
Not me, but I am just.
He like looks at the rest of you guys. He's like, you like.
I mean, it's true. It is true. Hello, I'm Hisfix. I'm a gnome. I do have a BMI of 74. I am the roundest rogue that ever did roll, but even that, I don't think it's going to feed 20,000.
There's plenty of
100 won't.
There's all these farms. He says, rolling around.
This.
It's 2 days to the gorge. It's 2 days to the gorge. They're not going to starve in 2 days, are they? Come on.
I know. I have heard that an army marches on its stomach.
There's plenty of nice people to eat when they get here.
We don't think there will be very many. Anyway, right, punch him out.
This big Minotaur fist, just like slow mo.
Off this conversation.
Yeah, exactly. And he's out, and you hog tie him and like beat him up. Yeah, muzzle him. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
It's
put him on a cart.
Very dour fanatic. It's like there's echoing abyss between his ears.
Well, maybe he came from a hard life, and this dread lord has offered him some sort of hope for advancement, and that's how he's got them all on board.
Yeah, well, he offered him offer of multi-species cannibalism.
Well, I mean, maybe that's what they go for. The hyena, I don't know. But I've bet. I don't know. Maybe they're all like this. Maybe they're not. Maybe he's odd.
Yeah.
Did get some useful information. There are 20,000 of them. That small town will not be able to hold them.
Yeah.
No.
They need to cross the gorge. Is there a bridge on the gorge?
The
Yeah.
Gorge. I would need to check my map. I will check my map.
They would need to like go around.
There
all
is
the way
one
through the marshes.
bridge. There is one bridge on the gorge. Here we go. Let's activate the map.
Thank you.
And we'll show it for our viewers as well. And it's called Skull Gorge Bridge.
There we are.
Sounds safe.
As far as we know, that's the only crossing
And
point.
from here down to probably about
Bloody hell, they're moving fast.
here, that's impassable apart from that bridge.
All right.
And then when you get over here, this is all swamps. You'd get slowed down. You'd have to cross multiple rivers over on this side, so it becomes difficult. Well, there's a nice, lovely bridge there and a lovely road coming down the Dawn Way. Why bother going all that way around? Hey.
It seems to me, friends, that our task is simple. Destroy the bridge. Don't allow them to cross.
Yes.
That is one option, or we could capture Volmat's keep, and then we would have a strategic defensible position that would be on the army's marching route and would definitely disrupt that march.
He's fixed. I am a great and mighty warrior.
Yes.
Taking a castle and siege on my own, and then holding it against 20,000 may even be beyond my capabilities.
Aaron, you won't be alone. You'll have us.
Like I said, holding the castle alone might be too...
That's quite rude.
Sorry, Hisvix. I make joke.
Oh, that was a Minotaur joke. So you didn't do the joke positioning.
Oh, sorry. Let me... And he points his ears up and goes,
Now we know it's... Oh, thank you. That's very good. Right. Cathog, you with the writing.
Yeah.
Could you write all of that intelligence that we just gained down and send that into town as well? Just pin it.
I have written there's something called a worm lord. Who cough. The hand is coming, and something's got a ghost in it.
Yeah, and 20,000. It's.
I don't believe that dog thing even knows what 20,000 means. Someone's just said a number to him and he's remembered it. But he doesn't know the one before and the one after.
Sizable army.
Sure, I'll write it down.
Yeah, there is another thing that we could do, but this is going to be even harder. Like you guys say, the army marches on its stomach. If we could get at their stores and get this destroyed, or there would be meat on the menu, I
Yes.
believe.
Probably us.
Well, but I mean, they are prone to infighting as they are, right? They're still sorting themselves out.
If they didn't have any food, they'll probably fight each other some more.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
not very happy to help with that.
You
It depends what they have in the
you
pantry.
would want to eat their food.
We have.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we were very late in the game, because if we had like a proper workforce that would not actually be able to operate beyond the river, to do all sort of things like get a freaking dam on one of those rivers, just flood the passages that they want to use, and slow them down. Many things, but we're just too short on time.
Well, I think we just have to work with the situation that we're presented with.
Yeah.
If wishes were fishes, I would eat a lot more fish.
Getting rid of the bridge will slow them down significantly, though. They'll
I
have
could
to build
definitely
their own bridge.
Could definitely explode a bridge. I mean, I haven't done that for literally days.
Yeah.
All right, sounds like that's a plan.
Oh, by the way, Pete, you remember what Obbel was inquiring about?
Oh, the flour and the.
Oh yes,
The grain dust,
Mhm.
the coal dust,
Yeah,
oil.
yeah.
So, and if they could gather as much as they can until we come back, that'd be.
Do we need to write
Yep.
another note back to town?
No. Let's assume that they know.
They're working on that.
Staple.
They're not 100% sure why, but your pointers about the Palisades were point perfect, so they thought they would follow your instructions.
So, but in order to take out the bridge, that's past Volmat's Keep, if I read this map right. And I don't suppose we'll just be allowed to saunter on past it, will we?
Oh no.
Not if that's where creepy bloke is hanging out. So that's why I was suggesting that we have to clear the keep. But also I see the benefit of blowing up the bridge. Why don't we just go see the ranger chap and see what they know, and then we can move on from there, because we've still got to get past apparently the not very safe causeway sequence.
Want the montage.
So, let's not worry about things where we might be dead the other side of the river.
Yep.
Okay.
This is true.
very
Take it one day
reasonable.
at a time.
Okay.
One meal at a time, as far as I know. Yeah.
That
Right.
would be many meals for you, his fix.
Well, the snacks don't actually count as meals. I
What
don't
counts
know.
as a snack and what counts
I've
as a
seen
meal?
the size.
The gods.
Oh, there's some philosophy going on here.
Yeah.
Not gonna partake of it.
As long as it's one continuous line of sausage, that counts as one snack.
Donder is just walking along.
Yeah. And Janeth and Bryce have left about 10 minutes ago with all their belongings like
I'm going to follow the unicorn.
shakily strapped to a wagon and then a little hand cart, and they've got a little donkey pulling their wagon along.
Yeah.
And
They should take all the food with them, because both them and the town is gonna need it. So
they can't do that physically themselves. They're gonna have to go and get help or leave it. But they're gonna head to town as per your instruction. And because of your activities, you will gain one influence with the common folk of the town, and you will gain
We're up to 3.
one influence with the militia of the town.
I think it's now at 2.
Yeah.
It is indeed. We have 2 militia, 1 gentry, and 3.
Yes.
So 3
Nice.
gets us something, doesn't it?
3 common folk influence does. Hey, and it's the heady heights of you don't have to pay to cross the river in the town anymore.
Yeah.
Oh, the old
At the
Connor's
least
gonna be
they
so
can do.
happy about it.
Because you're not strangers, right? And it's like copper pieces every time you want to cross. And most, if you live there, they let you have 2 free rides per day. So you now get treated as such as well. People know you enough
Right.
around town to not think you're strangers or think well enough of you.
How would that be to only cross the river? I mean, we couldn't take it on day trips and things for free. It would have to be just cross.
It's on a rope that goes across the river, so it's like, you know, it's just to go to and fro.
It's more like a chain ferry than
A Uber boat.
Speedboat. One of those Everglades fan boat things. Yeah.
Airship.
Through all, like the meal, the talking, and all our strategic waffling right now.
Yep.
How much vitality?
Oh, you'll be back to full vitality now.
Cool.
Yeah. But your wounds is another matter. So if you've taken wound damage, then you need to rest to recover that or have some other interventions like healing vials or magic.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, by the way, just in Opal is gonna hand one of his healing vials to Garen because that seems to be better use of. So add yourself 1 healing vial. I'm gonna deduct 1.
Garen kind of looks at you and goes, "Thank you," and then turns to his fix and goes, "Is this a snack? What is this?"
it's like a battle snack when you're feeling a little bit run down in a battle.
Or through.
Or leaking.
You don't have enough blood left in you, then you drink that.
Oh, okay, like a battle energy drink. I like it.
Just like that.
A battle snack. I think I'm going to change the name in the rulebook to battle snack. That's fantastic. Yep. Okay, so you gather all your stuff together. Your vitality has been replenished, although Donda will have taken a wound for swapping to horns.
Really?
It opens up all kinds of possibilities. And you leave the farmstead, right? And as you head out into our first... Here we go. Let's get our...
It's Bixby sat on top of Garon this time.
Absolutely.
Still.
So-
If Donda is a rhino now,
Yeah.
is he rideable?
I'm not that big.
Wild walkers take offence at such comments.
Oh gosh, no. What was I thinking?
Donda starts walking slightly faster and ahead of everyone else.
Well, everyone's walking faster than me, so.
that is true.
Puts out an arm and hooks his fix up in a well-practiced move.
Probably not even that. He probably just like kind of swoops down with his head and just scoops you up at the top.
Yeah. Should be careful.
Always careful with the horns.
Yeah.
Rob, what's with Chotek? Is speed? Is it like is low guile and vigor?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know about the details. Not the
He's got
details
two.
now.
He's got guile and vigor of 2.
Got a dodgy hip.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you know how most wizards have noodly arms?
Got a doodly hip.
Kastok has noodly legs.
Yeah.
Noodly body.
Yeah.
All right, I'm here.
He is more cloak than person.
Oh, very good. Well done.
So you make
Right.
your way, making fun of Chothog and Donda, and heading out along up the door. Wojtek, yep, I like your little pointer there. It's Indiana Jones style journey, and getting to around lunchtime, you've this big bend in the road, and you're starting to head up towards the Blackwater, and as you're getting towards lunchtime and everyone can hear his fix's stomach alarm rumble that tells you all it's approaching lunchtime, you can see up ahead that the right and the left of the road there is a fairly well trodden trail Still not what you would consider a road, right? But the enough trees and bushes and brush have been removed from this to be considered like a path through the trees. And you can see this path to the right that is heading out, and ahead, as it kind of slopes downwards towards the river, you can see the lay of the land before you. It's getting wetter, and kind of the trees are sort of thinning out a bit. There's the river down there, and you can see this kind of boardwalk kind of structure far away that sort of makes its way through the area to sort of help travelers go across the Dawnway. And it's the Dawnway's fairly straight, but this is kind of bends and moves slightly through the swampy area ahead.
Right, there's swamp ahead, but I think we want to take an 100 turn here towards yon grumpy ranger. His fix is going to lean on the handlebars.
Okay, so you're gonna take your path down
I'm
to the.
stomping my Minotaur that way. Yes.
Okay, so you start to head down the path, and it's harder going, but we've all been out in the woods before. This is not too heavy here. This side of the river, it seems like the woodland has maybe in years gone past been managed slightly, so it's less wild. So it's getting wild. It's not quite the full wild wood yet. You think that must be across the river, right? And as you're going along, you can see through the trees a cabin structure. It's got a cleared area around it, so it's in this kind of clearing. You can see little stumps, so it's clearly maintained as a clear area. And there's a very thin bit of smoke coming out of the chimney. That's the word I was looking for. Please make observe rolls.
I get an extra dice because I'm top of a Minotaur.
Nope.
Didn't think it would. It's worth a shot.
It's worth a shot, definitely. Well,
I have one.
all those dice.
Wow.
Who got the highest?
I didn't get any. I haven't rolled yet. I thought I had, but I saw lots of dice. Oh no, I have now.
His
I got a
fix, I
hit.
think.
His fix got 2.
Oh, apparently.
Look at that. There you go. So his fix, from atop the Minotaur's head, you sort of see some movement around the base of the cabin. It is on a raised platform, so it's kind of wooden poles sunk into the ground, and then a platform built on top with this cabin on top. And you can see movement around just underneath the front of it. It's almost like it's on a slope, so they've leveled it off, but you can get under that platform, and you can see some movement there, and you can all hear the low kind of of kind of dogs.
Oh, all right. Oh, they said they were dogs. So I'm right with that. I think this is the place. Do we want to kind of hello our presence?
I hear dogs love sausages.
No, they don't. Actually, scientifically proven, they really don't like sausage.
Well-trained dogs are not gonna take the sausage. They will take your hand, though.
I'm quite attached to my hands. It's actually attached. Just say.
No, let's just call out.
All right.
You have to approach a little bit closer, right? Because you're still a way off. And as you kind of come around this bend, you can see that it sits just on like the edge of a little lake. Is probably a bit of a strong word, right? But like a large pond, small lake, somewhere in between. And you can see now on the edge of this lake there are small sort of fishing baskets and a little boat tied up. And there is a stream off somewhere that you can hear more than see that's kind of feeding this pond, maybe from the Blackwater itself. Yeah. That's what you see as you approach.
Hesvix is going to pull out one of those like megaphony things from the bag.
Okay,
Obviously a fancy one, so it's just a cone.
sure.
Hello, the hut!
You hear like a something bang.
Heroes!
You hear like a like wood, like a chair falling over, and then the cabin door opens, and a lean woodsman of indeterminate age steps onto the porch. He has a seamed, leathery look to his face and arms, and a big curved knife sits in a sheath strapped to one thigh. Who are you? I don't get many visitors out here.
We are but humble heroes. May we approach?
As you continue to shout, 3 dogs appear from under the porch. They are big, kind of hunting dogs. They're all on like leads, so they're all tied up. And he's like, "What do you want?" He pulls the knife out and kind of, without much conviction, makes a kind of chopping action to indicate what he would do, and says, I'll let him loose if you get too close. What do you want?"
Look at the others still with the megaphone. What is it we wanted?
Information.
We want it. Hang on, this is just a prisoner now. We want information.
All right, well, stop bloody shouting, and one of you come down here and talk to me.
All right, who's the face? Who's the face? It's not me.
Was it me?
I think it's Cathog. Go on, Cathog. You're rough.
See, I'm not in. See, again, not being the details chap. I'm not entirely sure what information he wanted. Someone could sort of give me that.
Chocolate has big brains on him, so let's assume that he remembers everything in detail.
No. Absolutely doesn't. Right, hello there. Shall I introduce us?
Well, that's a start.
That seems polite.
Yes. Those two, the large gnome, Hisfix, larger Minotaur is Garon. This is Obol the dwarf, and this is Donder, mainly a rhinoceros. And I'm Chathog, who's me. You can see. Do you have tea?
Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves, shall we?
Oh,
It's
God.
nice to see some dwarves out in the woods after a while. Well met, all of you. I'm Jaw. He kind of,
Nice to meet you.
with a mock kind of grandeur, goes, and this is my cabin. Well, I don't have tea. You want information? What do you want?
I've got tea.
Where are you? What are you doing out here?
We're going to either Volmat's Keep to do something, or we're going past to the bridge.
Oh, treasure hunters, right?
No,
Oh, God,
it's
no.
about the army.
Oh.
Nothing so crass.
Oh, these bloody brigands and hobgoblins and orcs and they're all gnolls running around in the woods. Now you lot, I can't get any rest around here.
We aim to put a stop to the gnolls and all that, the armies and all that.
He sort of looks
The worm
around
lords and
behind
all that.
you like this. Do you indeed? That Minotaur, you need a few more of those Minotaurs.
Well, we find he's enough.
I'm a rhino.
And you see you almost go and look wistfully away and think of days of like battle formations of many minotaurs
Oh.
running across the battlefield. Oh, it was glorious. Sorry.
You made him wistful now.
Back in the present. Come on. Focus. We've talked about this.
Sorry.
Can you tell me that the path that travels in Hobgoblin we say west and northwest? I know you have other terms in common. The path that travels back the way we came and crosses the Dawn Road and goes sort of through the west hand of Volmat's Keep, is that sort of a well-known, well-trodden path, or would it be sort of secretive?
it's through the woods, that side. You're probably likely to be attacked by roving bands.
Yeah, well, that's fine. That's part. We understand that's standard.
Yeah, I wouldn't. The black water is strong in that part, difficult to cross.
So if we wanted to get sort of to Volmap's keep as sort of undetected as possible, what would you recommend with all your sort of forest knowledge and what have you?
You're just gonna end up dead in a ditch somewhere, aren't you?
Probably eventually, but
Well,
got
look,
to try, haven't we?
I would advise crossing the Blackwater Causeway quietly
Mm-hmm.
and then making your way through the woods.
Sort of directly.
Cross Rimwood into the woods
Uh-huh.
and then proceed towards the keep.
Humble pipes, Joe. We like earlier in the day we stopped some gnolls and some other unsavory character trying to burn a farm.
Bastards.
And and they claim they have army of 20,000 waiting
There's a lot of
beyond.
those bastards up in the Wormsmoke Mountains where it's only a matter of time.
And
You're gonna need my help.
Yes, we were hoping that.
And how would you help?
I'll take you across the river to the keep. There's been too many bandits, brigands, goblinoids moving around the forest. He sort of realizes he's talking to a hobgoblin and feels a bit uncomfortable about what he's saying.
Yeah. None taken.
Too many moving around in the wildwood. Cross the river. I rarely go across there anymore. They seem to be, I don't know. I think they're holding up in that keep, waiting for something.
Are you safe here, Jaw? On your own like this, just you and your three
He pats
puppies?
his knife. He's like, "You better believe it."
Well, that's good to hear. Well, I think I speak for all of us when I say we'd love to take the trip.
So Master Jor, hello. You're saying that you can get us across the causeway safely?
I make no such promise. I just know the quieter way to cross.
Well, I'm all. Oh, I know. Puts the megaphone back in the bag.
There are those who ignore the causeway and try to cross the river. There are nasty things in that river.
Oh, I'm just.
Yes, so we've heard.
I have a map of the local area that has some interesting symbols in it that maybe you could be able to elucidate slightly.
To what?
There seems to be a sort of snake head associated with the Blackwater Causeway, and I was wondering would that have any local significance or meaning?
The stories of serpents in the river. They keep people out of the river. It's dangerous water, and more than a few foolish adventurers heading up to plunder the keep of its treasures has fallen prey to things in the river. They thought, much like you did, much like any sane person might, to creep around the back would be the best way to go. But that's where the most dangerous things are hiding.
Oh, I see. So it's a stick to the path.
Well, no, cross at the safe point
Right.
and then go through the woods.
Right. Oh, okay. So not in the swamp. Stay away from the swamp. And then once we're in the forest again, then
Cross here, go in here.
skip along after the unicorn. Okay, that sounds nice. And you're going to come with us across the causeway? Is that what I'm hearing?
He doesn't say anything, turns around, goes in his cabin. You hear some shuffling, and then he comes out a few moments later with a long bow, quiver of arrows. He's got a cloak, he's got his travelling cloak on, and he's got a backpack that seems to be like ever packed and ready to the side. He shuts the door and he goes, "Yep."
Right, are the dogs coming?
No,
Oh, all right.
they'll look
And we
after
should
the
travel.
cabin.
You look after the cabin. Ooh,
And we
marvelous.
should travel now or
Well,
in
it
the
looks
dark?
Well, we're midday. Probably not a bad time to cross,
Right.
unless you want to wait until dark.
No, we'll take your word for it. You know best.
Turning the Minotaur round already.
Reversing.
I'll ask
Press
Joe,
forwards on the horns.
did you had any like direct contact with those brigands, as you say?
I've
did you manage to
fought a
evade
load
them?
of them over the last year or two, but recently a lot more. They're filthy creatures, but recently they've seemed more organized, and I keep seeing a symbol on them, like a red hand.
Mm-hmm. That's what we heard.
It's a recent thing.
Have you heard about a ghost in the keep?
Ah, yes, Volmat's ghost, if you're to believe the stories. No doubt he's giving those hobgoblins a tough time while they're hiding out in his keep. Don't believe in such children's stories.
No,
Or should you?
no,
Dun, dun, dun.
no. We're merely interested from a historical perspective.
It's the dark verdant creatures of the wildwood you need to watch out for. Vinelings and such. And when he says vinelings, Donda, you're like, ugh, ugh. They're like dead bodies that have been reanimated by plants and vines.
Oh,
Well,
wow.
that's jolly. Well, we'll watch out for them. What fire, I'm guessing, is the best for those.
Oh, yeah.
Rip out the core.
We heard in the city that there was another party passing through. That they never returned. Would you happen to know what happened to them, or were they alive when you saw them?
Yeah. What do they call themselves? They had some stupid name for their party. I can't remember now. There's something True Delve. I can't remember. There, I haven't seen them. They passed through. They ignored my advice. Went cross country. I haven't seen them again. Maybe they got to the keep. Maybe they didn't.
They are most likely dead.
Well, possibly, but we'll keep a lookout for them just in case they are or aren't.
Or have useful stuff.
I would only wish to return that to their families, obviously.
Or use
Eventually,
it to
yes.
kill the hobgoblins
My
and
family,
gnolls.
I mean merchants.
He raises an eyebrow at you. They don't need it anymore.
That's very true, and there are those that do, and I'm quite happy to sell it to them.
Who out of you are using bows?
Hello.
He says, do you two need any arrows?
Yes,
I have a crossbow.
I fired a fair. I have a crossbow as well.
I've got some of those as well, don't worry.
Uh.
He snatches each of you 10 shots out.
Oh,
He's got like a big
That's
barrel
useful,
of
'cause I
arrows
used
in
a lot
his
last time.
sometimes of an evening I'll just sit and fletch a few.
Do they have nice fletchings? Are they particularly fetching, these fletchings?
Fletchings?
Aye.
No, not really. They're just standard. Business-like.
That's very nice. What's the local bird? Ooh, it's very stripy feathers. Right?
Yeah, that's death vulture feathers.
It's that small brown bird that has a surprisingly scary name.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's
everything
tasty.
around here seems to have a scary name, like Skull Gorge Bridge.
Well, there's a reason why.
Definitely a great tourist location.
Because of the giants and their skulls.
This is the arse end
Yeah.
of the world, though, right? So what did you expect?
Well, we could have had Arse End Bridge. So, frankly, skulls is probably a step up.
Yeah, look, if these scum in the keep, they've come over the Gorge Bridge. That's how they get down here.
Are there a lot of scum in this keep?
I don't know. I'm been across the river in a week or two. It's getting too dangerous for someone on their own. No matter how much I know the land, I'm not stupid. So I've stayed this side.
Well, I mean, we're very grateful to have you as a guide, and we'd be very pleased to accompany you across the causeway in a perfectly safe fashion.
What are the creatures in the river, or is it just the one kind?
I
or...
don't hang around to find out.
Hmm.
He spoke of serpents, and he said that if we stray from the path, then the serpents will get us. So
Yeah,
we don't treat this as a research opportunity.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
Well, look.
Yes, we don't.
I want to share of whatever we find, though. Right? I want to see these things dead, but and he nods at his fix, as your friend pointed out earlier on, there's likely to be things lying around, or you guys can pay me.
Coming with us?
But I'm going to take you up to the keep. I'm not coming in the keep.
Or
That's not my business.
What would be your sort of upfront fee?
I'll go for 5 silver a day.
How many days to the keep? Optimally.
Well, we should be there. It should be a day. Today's.
yeah, they said it was the Knoll chap said it was only 2 days to the gorge.
Yeah, I mean it's like an hour to the causeway, and then most likely we'll pause on the other side as we enter the wildwood for a while, and make sure nothing's seen us on the crossing and there's nothing ahead, and then we'll make our way through the trees. So I would suspect we'll reach the keep in the night.
So
unless you wish to break then, and we can come upon it in the morning.
Either is fine. Here's 10 silver. Consider yourself paid.
Thank you.
And of course, you will receive a share of anything that we collect up until we get to the keep.
He smiles. Of course.
Marvelous.
Of course. A fair share. Okay. Right, well, hang on for a moment. So you just see him he goes, sorts a few things, pulls some shutters down, gets some things, branches and stuff, sort of across the top of his cabin. It's not a big structure, and he's trying to cover it slightly from afar, rather than up close.
But could we assist in any way?
It's all right. I've got a particular way of doing this. Don't worry. You just wait there. And he can't. You see, he's like, yeah.
We can tell you when we can't see it anymore. Would that help?
You'll still be able to see it. It's just if you're at the road, if you're over there, you won't be able to see it. He says, pointing up the road.
See the hut.
Okay.
Thunder will turn around.
Have you guys all got earplugs in? Anyway. So he gets he kind of half covers his cabin a little bit and tucks away kind of the fishingy bits, and leaves some food down by the dogs, and he's like, I'll be back in a day or two, to the dogs. He seems to be talking to them. They're big, mean looking dogs, but with him they're all licking his face and rolling around and all happy and stuff, and he's like, you know, as dog owners do. And yeah. And he seems loath to leave them, but he comes with you. He says, look, if I bring them, they'll draw too much attention. Although they're useful, I think, for stealth. We're not hunting, right? We're going towards a castle. You don't need to sniff out a castle. You'll see it tomorrow. Right. Very well. So you walk back along the trail, and you get back to the Dawnway. And it's actually now getting to sort of midday, like when you would actually stop to properly eat. Do you want to eat before you cross the Blackwater, or do you want to go across and then eat your meal?
Let me just ask the chef.
Yeah, I think it's his fixed choice usually.
What? Oh, is it lunch? Do folk want to start?
Did you pack sandwiches?
I've got a picnic hamper.
Jolly good. Then we can eat and walk still, right?
Yeah, there's these weird, like bread. So someone's taken bread and they've put food between bread. I don't know what you call that, but I think it's portable.
Sounds good to me.
It's like a pie, but it's open on the sides. Anyway, I've got a bunch of them.
I just find if ever I just add beetle powder to everything that you lot eat, and it all tastes fine in the end.
Well, as long as you've got enough that you crack on there. I've got those. I've got some fruit. Kind of leave now. Geron, what do you fancy?
I will take some bread and fruit.
Okay, I could try and combine the two, maybe.
Oh yes, squish it in and get the juice in the bread. It's lovely.
Squish in, but
And thus jam sandwiches were invented
I've
in.
got some apricot. Now I've learned that you'll chew those. There we go. There's a bread with stuff in the middle, thing with apricots. There we go.
Nom, 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 nom.
Called the Garon in
Yes,
most inns.
yes, the hero sandwich.
Obdol is at his
Another use of the bag.
bread again. You just hear the tongue and sawing sounds and very heavy, like chewing. Allotted portion for the day.
Chewing away.
Yeah.
Donda's just going to chew on his rations from his explorer's kit.
No one else want one of
Like
these?
probably hardtack or something.
Is it just me?
Okay.
Right, it's fine.
I'll eat
He's
whatever.
chewing it like a rhino, right?
Oh, Kasov. All right, you can have one. There you go.
Lovely. I'll put some of my beetle powder slash snuff into it, and it'll be fine.
This is mustard analog. Yes.
Yes. Mustard analog.
Okay.
You know what's great? On my screen, Dan is below Alden, so when Dan looks up, it's as if he's actually looking at Alden, who's sitting on his shoulder.
No.
Right, bear with me 1 second, guys.
Oh,
So-
George, do you want one of these? I don't know what they are. I don't quite know whose pocket they came from, but they do look tasty.
No, I'm okay, thank you.
You sure?
Yes.
I've got what I think is fruit. You want one of them?
I think I'll be okay.
It's a
Thank
bit
you very
thick,
much.
Very colourful, so worth a try.
It goes quicker if you just say yes.
Okay, fine. Yes. Give whatever it is. I'll take one.
This round orange thing that I have.
Okay. Right. So, you guys are heading towards, and as you kind of get down into the ground is going down, you can see that there's not really a hard bank to this river. It's just kind of the land going down, and it's all quite flooded and swampy and marshy. And there is a 10-foot wide kind of boardwalk that's built across like a pier, but it keeps going all the way across so that someone could walk safely. And it's sturdy, it's big and sturdy, so you could even get like a cart across this causeway, right? And it goes sort of across. There's trees dotted around. You can see their roots underwater, sort of in the middle of it. And it seems to be that there's a fast-flowing central deep section, and it's flooded out. The surrounding land is all wet and boggy and marshy, and you just know that's the kind of ground that will suck the boots off your feet, and just pull you down, and it'd be extremely difficult to cross. So this causeway is extremely helpful, and as you make your way onto this causeway, Jaw's like, right, we just have to, and he's looking at his fixes, he says this, we have to be quiet. as we go across here.
I know I've been a little bit voluble, but I was wondering, what you did mention being quiet and stealthy, whether it would be worth one or two of us who are suited for such things maybe trying to creep ahead to see if there were any.
Is that and out of your team, that's you?
Shockingly, yes.
Oh,
Certainly not the
okay, if you wish to. But I mean, that's probably a good idea. There's like a, 100-foot stretch here that's dangerous. Hang on. 1 second.
Geron lowers his fix off of his head.
No,
Don't you like throw him or roll him like a bowling ball?
I'm just gonna grip some of this swamp mud and rub it into my camouflage gear so that I'm more suitable for this.
So who's going to go ahead to investigate?
Well, sounds like his fix has volunteered. Fool that he is.
Just his fix? Okay.
Yeah, one's enough. I don't want to lose one.
Guile and Shadow are not a strong suit for Geron.
I only have Guile 2. I have Shadow 1, so that's like a total of 3.
Signal if I need help, I will go.
I have a total of 4. Would that it?
I have 6 and a camouflage kit. So
Okay.
I'm not gonna sabotage.
Have fun,
you,
his
you know?
fix.
Yeah.
Oh, something weird just happened there.
camouflage gear, after 1 minute's preparation, I gain a die when hiding in one terrain type. I'm choosing.
They're gonna be
Wood. Wooden boards.
Yes.
they're gonna have 7.
Trust Causeway. My preferred terrain. His fix is doing the full kind of commando swamp mud.
Is it possible that I could make a lore roll and have? Is it possible I could have heard of Volmat?
You can make a roll, yes.
Oh. That much.
Oh wait, his fix. You realise there's no mud on the causeway, right?
Oh, that's true. I'll stick some bits of wood to my face as well.
What happened there?
One
There we go, 1.
success. Yeah.
So Volmat is an old adventurer that went out into this area and set up his own keep. And he had an order of Ondrum worshippers that he kind of founded here. Basically, they were kind of battle priests. And the rumour is that they were defeated by giant-blooded beasts. It's not clear. That may just mean giants. It might mean trolls. It might mean ogres. An assortment of such. And then they were lost, right? And since then, the rumour is that Volmat's ghost haunts his keep. Just like that, Aldoon. So it's you don't know. It's rumours. Now there are stories about the fact that he had some holy relics and some powerful magical items in his possession, and he had with him ultimate power. A couple of members of his old adventuring party went with him to set up his keep. Whether or not that's true, you don't know. Okay.
Now, Geron, just like we rehearsed, I'm going to disappear. I don't want you to worry. I'm still around, but you just won't be able to see me if it's working properly. If you can see me, if you can make some sort of signal, that would be really helpful. Yeah, that works.
Okay.
Good.
So anyway, we're getting towards the end of our session anyway. So what I'll do is I'll bring you into this zone. And don't
Suspicious.
don't click on anything.
Battle map, you say?
Just don't click on anything.
Okay.
Hands off.
I want to click on everything.
Can you see that?
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
So you can see a map.
Looks safe. Couldn't be anyone there.
With no
Extremely
snakes
so.
or anything.
I mean, it hasn't even. It's got a grid for some reason, but you're not sure why. A negotiation map says.
Absolutely.
So you can see the causeway, the safe, the completely safe wooden planking. Yep. And then you can see in the middle here.
With a deeper bit,
What's going on?
probably.
My forge is having fun today. Yep, that deeper bit in the middle. Yep, that you can see. Where the trees are, it's shallower bit, right? But it costs double movement in that lighter wet area where the trees are. Yep. And in the middle bit there, it's 4 per square because it's so fast you're having to use so much effort to move across, right? Or move in the direction you want to move, right? So Chothog, it would take you 2 actions to move 1 square in the river, and you'd just be going like this, and it's pushing against you, and you wouldn't be able to control yourself. Right?
obviously, I'm going to do that.
Let's solve
Yep.
through that. This cart, which seems to have
Well,
some wine flask.
his fix. You, no one else is there, right? His fix. You have come onto the edge of this map, and as you are approaching, you spot. It's not hard to see. It's poking out of the water. A wrecked wagon, and you can even see, like, is there bodies? Is there something? Make an observe roll.
Oh, I would be delighted to. Thank you so much. That looks
Are
terrible.
there sausages?
Oh, hang on. What's going on with this? Why is everything in shadow? Maybe that's why. What have I done with the
My
lighting?
hero dice was a 6, and I rolled 2 6s.
And vitality, perhaps?
Well, I rolled 2 6s for a hero dice, so doesn't that mean I get 1?
No.
No?
You have to get a success to trigger the hero die ability.
Vitality, and then get 2 successes.
It would just give you the 1 success you need to pass.
I'll take it.
Yeah. Yep. So you spend 1 vitality and you get a point of a success. So as you are approaching, and I can't seem to ping or anything right now. My forges are not having a good time. Can you see my cursor?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So as you're around here, Aldine, you kind of come on. You spot that in the low-lying water there is a chest.
Ooh, hello.
Yeah, a chest. That is probably, 2-3 foot long. So it could be some good stuff in there, and it looks like it's intact. It isn't open. There's not like loads of stuff hanging out of it. It looks like it's closed and maybe slightly more protected. You can also see bodies underneath the wagon, and a few bits of like stuff on top of the wagon. It's still sort of in the water, but there's maybe a wheel of cheese and a string of sausages. No, that would be horrible because they would be gross. There's no foodstuffs. And as you step a bit closer, you can hear a slithering noise.
Weird. From whence does the slithering noise come?
This general direction over here.
His fix is slightly less tempted now. A lot of talk about snakes and serpents and stuff, and he's out here on his own. And but interesting as the chest is, he does have a job, so he's going to push on along the causeway, trying to be stealthy. I'm not quite sure how you be stealthy on the causeway.
Well, I'm going to have a stealth roll in a moment.
I personally don't need to know that. Only his fix needs to know that.
Yeah.
Let's
have a stealth roll.
We'll do a shadow.
Yes, shadow. I can't see your dice. That's really weird.
8 and a
Yeah, he got 8 successes.
3 and a
No, I can see the result. I just can't
Oh.
see the dice. I don't think I've set this this map up correctly, but I'll figure that out later.
I've got no successes. I think I will burn another vitality to get at least 1.
Okay. Okay. So you're moving across the causeway. So what's your movement is about 5, isn't it?
Yes.
So you're probably sort of halfway across by now.
So he's sort of low to the planks. He's...
Sure. Kind of hunkered down a bit and shuffling along. Okay. How far behind you are the rest of the party? Are they coming onto the... How are you guys following on? What are you waiting for from his
waiting
fix?
for him to come back.
So,
Waiting for him to come back. It's not just that he's ahead and you're following a bit behind.
I mean, what does Jaw think? Does Jaw have any input into...
Jaw kind of looks at you and is like, your guess is as good as mine if I were you. Well, what am I saying? I am here. I think we should get across.
Okay.
Not try multiple trips. I'm not sure. But his fix can just raise the alarm if there's anything ahead, right?
okay,
Fundamentally,
scout and more of a canary is what we're
yeah,
saying.
he's bent.
Yes, you are. How much oil do we have? Sorry, how much oil do we have?
Does anyone
I
have
don't know,
any oil?
That's a food stuff too, isn't it?
I mean, his fix can have as much oil as you like, but
Yeah.
ahead of you.
Checks inventory.
How many times have you pulled something out of your bag today?
It's actually twice now, so there are no more today.
We have no oil today.
No.
I mean, I assume we would have like lanterns of oil and stuff in it, right?
Have you bought lanterns with oil in?
I've got torches.
You got torches?
I don't think we can have
It's
an
called
inventory
fire, is it?
on our
No, but I mean, we might want to stick it or set it on fire on our way back from destroying the other bridge.
I can just.
That we may
Sorry.
die.
I can just set it on fire.
Good idea. Once we've crossed, set it on fire. No one should be able to come back this way.
But we want to come back this way.
We are probably
Yeah.
going to die. Oh, you're not here, Fix. Go away. You're on the other side of the bridge.
This would be the perfect moment to say we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Boom!
But we are crossing the bridge now.
It's meta. I don't know.
The other bridge.
This is more of a cause.
We'll deal with one bridge at a time.
Okay.
Exactly. We are
Just
here
not
now.
this one.
But no, understand. We are going to die on this most nobly on this journey, and thus this bridge will probably still be here.
George going,
probably
so we're
will,
going to cross
but the
here
bridge-
and then burn it? Aren't we coming back? I need to come back.
You,
you want-
know many ways through
Do
the
you want me
woods.
to burn it when I come back?
Can we trust
You know
you
what,
to do that,
Jaw? Yeah, how about you burn it 2 days or 3 days after you come back?
Okay,
That gives us some time to maybe also come back.
that makes sense to me. More than burning it now, because you
Done.
need to walk across it.
We're going to die gloriously.
I
We are
wish
not
you
going
Not
could
right
say-
now.
You keep
Not right
saying
now.
that you might.
It's just such a downer.
Okay,
No!
Let's-
Die
can we-
gloriously.
can we cross the bridge?
Yes. Sorry. Yes, please.
I mean, he was probably saying all this as we were crossing the
Yeah.
bridge.
Okay, right. Everywhere to make shadow rolls.
really?
Oh,
Okay, Aldoon, you are over here.
Where am I?
You see where my cursor is? If you could put your cursor there, that would help.
I can't see
Oh.
it.
cool.
Wow.
No one can see Oddball.
Yeah, there.
Wow. Oh, that's
Double
nice.
toe!
This is easy. This shadow stuff.
Wow, that's 3 successes.
Oh, usually
Chathog is like, you think, has he learnt some new sort of spell? You know, some kind of Oku's veil from that shadow blade that you fought before. No, he's just hiding behind Geron.
And every time
And
Geralt
he's so
turns,
light
he
you
stays
can't hear
behind.
him walking.
Yeah.
Yes.
And Oddball
Cobwebs.
can look at the planks of the causeway and knows exactly where to step because it's properly reinforced by nails and other structure points. So he's kind of just stepping really quietly. unfortunately, Geron is an 8-foot minotaur in armor and an axe, and just kind of like plump plump. Oh, where are we going?
Where are we going? What are we doing?
And as you guys reach nearly reach this line of trees here, right? So you guys are in between these 4 trees here. You can see the wagon, in the water, and you can see that Aldoon, his fix, is all the way across the other side. And as you get there, you suddenly hear a roaring and a huge splash of water. And you all look over to about here, and I'll put a token on there next time when we have a fight in our next session, as a 6-headed hydra bursts out of the river, heads turning and writhing, and it looks around and looks at Geron. And
they undersold it with the serpents. Then.
And next time we will have a battle with a hydra, which is going to be a good test for my system, because I've come up with a really cool idea for how to do it with a hydra, and we'll see how it works. But I have to get the battle map working first before I can do that. For some reason, I've got the vision on wrong. But anyway, I'll figure that out before next time. But cool. Awesome stuff, guys.
Next week for a TPK, I guess.
Well, we'll see. We shall see.
Fix and jaw will be fine.
It's got 6 heads that could explode.
Right. There you go. Cool. Okay, so thank you to my players. That was a great session. After last week's battle, it was good for a bit more role play. Get people into the what's going on, the bigger threat, the let's blow up a bridge, all that kind of stuff. So excellent. And thank you to our viewers for watching, and anyone who's watching us back on YouTube later, thank you very much. Don't forget to go and join us on Twitch, and if you have followed us on Twitch, then go and check it out on YouTube at the weekend when we upload it as well. Thank you very much. Check out all of our social medias, links are below. Join us on our Discord, and also check out the Garblad Games Patreon, and there is also a Heroic Deeds Patreon to help me to build this game, which I am going to kickstart in the new year. We've got our 50-page, where's it gone? 50-page quick start book is available right now on DriveThruRPG. This book is not available. I've printed some of these off just so I can hold them in my hand, and at Dragon Meet my players can hold them in their hands as well. And I'm going to Dragon Meet on December the 2nd to play it, so if you're at Dragon Meet, pop by and say hello. Sorry, it's a bit weird having this pressed up against my face like this. So I'll be kickstarting that in the new year, probably around my birthday. Yeah, that's going to be lots of fun. That's been Red Hand of Doom. Thanks very much. We will see you next week for some hardcore Hydra action as the guys get torn limb from limb by a giant monster.
Start building my second character.
Looks like beef's back on the menu.
Cool. Thanks very much, guys, and
Thank you.
see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Good night.